Howdy folks, today we're going to look at Semplice Linux. It's a new distribution. It is built on Debian SID, which is the unstable. So they have a stable version right now, and they have an alpha, which is pre-release, and as you can see they're both 64 and 32-bit available. They have a great community, and you can see all the spammers that they banned, so they're quite active in their forums and taking care of them. But what we're looking to look at today, in the bottom of their menu, which they call Atom, is the installer. So that brings up a nice text-based terminal, and start installation, yes. Check updates, no. You can check updates if you like, but I'm just trying to get through it here. So it's asking the usual questions of users, so that's set up. Do we want to change the partition table? Why, yes we do. As you can see, I've already set up 3 partitions of raw VirtualBox hard drive here, and so there's one drive, it's device SDA, and my 3 partitions, SDA 1, 2, and 3, and I've just set them up as 4 gig each for what we're going to do. So first, says enter the number of partitions you want to edit here. So let's go to number 2, and we're going to format it just to make sure we get what we like. So that's extension 4, just like it's labeled there. And let's go back into it, and we're going to use it as you can see, is option number 4. Mount point is root. I hit enter, and then we're going to go to our second partition, which is also 4 gig, and we're going to format that into extension 4, and we're going to go back into it again so we can set a mount point. So we're going to use it as home. And our last partition here, we're going to set it as Linux swap, and you can see it's already set as Linux swap. So what we're going to do, we'll open it up anyways, and it goes into format partition, and you tell it Linux swap, and you must put in the V1 with the brackets or it won't take it. So now we're going to commit our changes. 8 right here. Do you want to continue? Yes we do, because we know what we're doing. Formatting, so we're all good. Automatic partitioning, it probably will ask you to what drive you want to use, and it will just format the whole drive whatever it thinks, which is usually a straight root partition. So we've committed our changes, we've seen that, so now we're going to go back and this will commit all changes done to the physical disk. There we go. So yes, and let's go back again, and we're going to say no, we don't want to change the partition table because we have it set. Select your swap partition. So even though we've assigned it Linux swap and format it, I'm not sure what to type in for Linux swap in the use as, because they have this stupid V1 here. So we're just going to tell it, since we are here and we can see what it's labeled as, device SDA 3 as You can see, so type that out in full, press enter, and yes. Do you want to install the bootloader into the master boot record? I'm going to say yes. So this will install your bootloader, which is Grub, on this distro, onto your first hard drive that you have booting, and it'll put it into the master boot record. If you say no here, it will automatically put it into your root partition, as it says in this last line. But since I'm on VirtualBox, it's only the drive, and I'm going to say yes. So it wants to confirm everything, and we say yes, and there we go, it is installing. So yeah, I've seen around on the forums and other spots people confused about the installer, so that's why the main reason I'm doing this. So if we bring up their community and we look for support, which we have here, let's look in general. Installation, there we go. So first one there, it says, I greatly recommend to use a better installation program such as the Solus OS or Debian. This guy here saying it's a little confusing if you want to have more than 2 partitions. It seems counterintuitive to have a special step to create a home partition. Because a lot of people are used to the installers where maybe it's just a drop down box or you can just easily zip through everything and it's done. It's done simple. It's nice that they've made the time to make their own script, but I do believe it could be a little bit easier with the partitioning, but to each their own, and it's their distro. And there we go. So we are totally installed, and just throwing some kind of error, which I really don't care about. So there we go. There is the Semplice installer. Go ahead and try it. It's a great distro.